Ignorant warriors look me in the eyes and tell me their civilization deserves respect. When they look into the eyes of a young child and tear his beating heart from his unwilling body, I tell them I have a disease curable only with gold. They believe me. I succeed only to end my journey, to die in greed and despair, longing for my title, the recognition that I, Hernan Cortes, deserve, but I'm not able to fight. I was born in 1485 in Medellin, Extremadura, in Spain. At age 14, I went to the University of Salamanca to study law and to become a lawyer. After 2 years later, I was a failure in the eyes of my parents. I came home devastated. I'd never earned my degree. I had two options as any other 16-year-old in Spain. I could go to Italy and fight with Spain against the French, or I could follow Christopher Columbus's path of finding a new world. I chose Christopher Columbus's path, and in 1511, I joined an expedition led by Diego Velázquez to Cuba. We became close friends. After 8 years of landing in Cuba in 1519, he made me his secretary, and he allowed me to lead an expedition to Yucatan. He told me to only stay and trade with the Indians. He did not want me to venture inland. I took 16 horses, I took 16 cannons, 250 men, and 11 ships. I was ready for whatever came my way. I sailed for Yucatan, and upon reaching the coast, also known as Cozumel, we began to see groups of people forming. We disregarded them and we got closer. We realized that they were warriors. They did not want us to land. They were imbeciles for trying to stand against me. I took 180 men and I landed. I took the canal by Cozumel, and I told them I only wanted to trade. They traded with me for 4 days until they knew that I was there to stay. They wanted me to leave and they attacked us. They had never seen the weapons that we had. They'd never seen the cavalry, the armor we had, the guns, and they fell back in terror. We destroyed them and we raided the town for gold. These people were called the Tabascans. They could not stand against me. They had nothing else to offer, and so I sailed to San Juan de Ulua. And I decided that since I was going to break Diego Velázquez's rule of venturing inland, I had to get the king on my side. I sent him all the treasure we had found to get him on my side, because if I had the king with me, Diego Velázquez could do nothing to stop me once I conquered, because I knew I would succeed. We continued to venture inland, and we reached the civilization called the Tlaxcalans. These were one of the fiercest troops that I've ever met. They were never conquered by the Aztecs. Before reaching their town, we were immediately attacked. Relentless warriors attacked. They feared their gods more than the death. They honored their gods. They didn't care for their lives. The person next to them, they didn't care whether they died or not. They cared to honor their gods. Again, cannons destroyed mass numbers of warriors. They could not understand how we were so powerful, and they decided to become my allies once they were defeated. I took 1,000 Tlaxcalan warriors and my army of 250 Spaniards, and we marched to the Aztec Empire. The one thing that united these civilizations was that the Aztecs forced harsh sacrifices upon these people. They did not want this. They were tired of it, but they were individuals. I united them. I brought them as a whole. They joined me, and we went to the Aztec Empire. We met no resistance entering. Montezuma, their king, the earthly god, allowed us to enter with nothing, with no resistance. We were there for about a month until I realized that for the first time upon entering Mexico, I was weak. I was not weak. I was a brave man. I had to take Montezuma's hostage. I kept him for 8 months, making decisions through him, and terrible news hit me. The ship that I had sent to Cuba, to Spain, stopped at Cuba to talk to Diego Velázquez. They were not meant to do that. Diego found out about my plans, and he sent 900 men to capture me. I had two options. I could either go fight the Spaniards, or I could hope for the best and attack the Aztec Empire and gather a mass force. So I left Pedro de Alvarado in charge, which I would later regret. But I went to stop the Spaniards, and as soon as they saw the gold, the jewels that we had, they joined on my side. They became my forces once again, even though they were traitors. All that Velázquez achieved was to help me gather a mass force that helped me in the end. But he never achieved to stop me. We went back to the Aztec Empire, and we were immediately surrounded. What I found out was that Pedro had killed thousands of men and women because he thought that they were planning an attack on him. This was not true. This was his suspicions. So what I had to do was almost hide. I was not prepared to hide. I let Montezuma go as hostage. That's what I thought they wanted. I thought they wanted to have their king back. But upon releasing him, they stoned him to death. I knew that this was war. They made me leave the Aztec Empire. I was forced out of their empire only to return later because smallpox hit them. Us Europeans, these warriors knew nothing of this. They were hit with smallpox and thousands of them died. I came back with my force and I destroyed everything in my path because they could not hide. They could not continue to retreat and think of more ways to succeed. I stopped the civilization. I stopped what they did. I stopped human sacrifice. I did whatever I had to do to stop this monstrosity of theirs. I was awarded the title of governor by King Charles. I had to go to Spain to receive it. And when I came back, no one listened to me. No one cared for what I had to say. I completely lost power. Even though I was appointed a higher rank, I completely lost power. No one wanted to do what I said. Every death was blamed on me. Whether someone died of smallpox, whether someone died of a cold or a flu, that was blamed on me. I was called a murderer. I could not stand against this. And despair filled my body. I longed for the title that I deserved, and in 1547 I died. The public saw me almost as an evil man. They thought that I was a greedy killer. They thought that I did everything for a selfish reason. And this is not entirely true. I conquered Mexico for Spain. I conquered it because it was there for the taking. Gold was there. I wasn't going to leave gold for someone else to take it. It was something that I had earned, something that I had won. And what they didn't know was that the harsh things that they said, the harsh things that I did were incorrect. They weren't there. They didn't know what I did. I'm the man who conquered Mexico. I am the man, the conquistador, who conquered Mexico for Spain. Thank you.
Well, if you could change anything during your lifetime, what would it be and why?
I would mostly change sending the ship to the king, because if I hadn't sent the treasure to the king, I wouldn't have risked so much. I could have eventually gathered all of the treasure that I had and went back to Spain myself and gave it to him instead of sending a ship that I wasn't on board and I couldn't control.